So a question that got asked to me earlier today from an investor who looks at a lot of properties, HUD, VA, foreclosures in general, was what do you look for in a foreclosure? What are your red flags, the things to walk away from? And first off, you understand the value of the foreclosure is that typically it's listed for 80% of the market value. Sometimes more, sometimes less, just kind of depending on the bank, who owns it, whatnot. But typically the thing that you want to look for is latent structural damage. You want to go in there and look for water damage. You want to look for mold. You want to look for things like that because those are things that the bank may not treat. Now, HUD, FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all of them have rules regarding their foreclosures. You'll notice if you ever look at one, any type of stairs or a deck has to be secured. There has to be a railing. There has to be certain guidelines for people to look at them. It's safe. It comes down to a safety issue and a legal issue. And they're going to fix a lot of the structural damages. They're going to fix a lot of things, but they're not going to fix everything. And that's the things you have to look for when you go into a foreclosure is look at the walls closely. Look at the corners. That's a big one. Look at the corners. The walls. Look for water damage, especially up toward the ceiling. Um, that's in a big one that I've been running across here lately is water damage, especially with all the rain we've been having. If there's a basement, look for standing water. Another thing, if it's a foreclosure, look for openings. I looked at a foreclosure in Irondale last week, and there was an actual and the way it was built, there was an opening. You could see air coming from outside through one of the concrete walls. So something to look at. Um, but then you have to factor in the money it's going to cost to fix it versus the money it's going to cost to get it to whatever you're going to do. If you're going to look to resell it, if you're going to look to live in it. Like I said, typically they're listed for 80%, typically around 80%. Now you can bid less, and if you can justify it, the thing with bidding against for a resale, or I'm sorry, for a foreclosure is that typically banks have a number. They have a number they want to hit, and that's it. There's no negotiation. It's just here's the number. This is what we're doing. We're going with it. So you don't get attached. Be prepared to walk away, especially if you go in there with an open mind. If you see structural damage, if you see a roof issue, if you see water damage, if you see electrical issues, know about how much it's going to cost to fix it, and then be prepared to walk away. So if you guys have any questions, want to talk about more foreclosures, I'd love to talk to you about it. You guys can reach me at 205-418-8210. You can reply to the email. However you want to get a hold of me. Nice talking to you. I'll talk to you next week.